And we are back. For another game here. Gonna multi TV. Let's get our food. Let's do some eating. Watch the game. One. .com. V. Please and thank you. Do not do that, MLB. It's so hard to access MLB.com. Like when you try to type it in, it'll like bring a link. It'll be like MLB.com. You'll click on it and be like something completely different. MLB TV, Oakland. They're still warming up, so the game ain't even started yet. So game's about to start. Now all audio should be turned up. You should be able to hear everything once this commercial comes out. Top 100 hasn't started yet. And this one at all. These late games here in Oakland. I think here in Oakland, like I'm in Oakland though. I'm not that, but what I mean is
Cubs and the A's coming up from the Oakland Coliseum as the Cubs look to take the middle game of this three-game set. Temperature right now at 54 degrees, feels like 50. Of course, it'll get a little chillier as the night goes on. Cubs offense unloading, 10 runs on 20 hits last night. And tonight, the Oakland A's trying to change up their luck and wear their Kelly green uniforms. Let's take a look at the Cubs lineup. It's brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Hey, the Cubs lead the National League in runs per game. Number one at a 15 team. Horner, Swanson, and Happ. That's been the engine. Nice to see Seiya Suzuki with 3 hits last night. 2 homers for Patrick Wisdom. 5 hits for Cody Bellinger. Yan Gomes with a nice night. Hosmer gets the start. He hits 8. And Luis Torrens will hit 9th. And that lineup will go up against Ken Waldachuk.
Starting pitcher for the A's is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud is for you. 25-year-old left-hander from just down the road. San Diego is where he was born. 220 pounds, 6'4". There's the sweeper that everybody's talking about this year, but you can see the key to him is going to be that fastball. He's going to try to keep it in the ballpark tonight, unlike last night.
So here we go. Nico Horner, who's got about 40 tickets out tonight, including Mom. And the lefty ready to work. And the first pitch of the game is in for a strike. Nick Martley, our plate umpire. Nico's been on base.
Nico
13 straight games. Takes high there. Tops of the bigs with 9 stolen bases. Line drive, fair ball down the line. Capel over to pick it up. Nico racing for second. And he's in with a double. That's a strong throwing arm from Connor Capel out there in right field.
We saw it last night, didn't we? And I know that Nico knew it, but I know he knows his job as a leadoff hitter is to put himself into scoring position. He's done it as much as anybody in baseball in the early going this year, and he's done it again.
Kemp not able to corral the throw, but Nico just continues to hit the ball hard and then off to the races. Fun watching him run. So Nico immediately into scoring position. And Dansby fouling one back. 0-1.
That wasn't a swing of a guy just trying to get him over, was it?
No, sir.
That was a swing of a guy that might have in his career hit a home run off this pitcher, which he did last September. Dansby, of course, was with the Braves.
That one finds the mark on the inside corner. So Waldichuk getting ahead of Swanson. It's 1-2 on Dansby.
You know, Boog, I think the number offensively that impresses me more than anything, and there's a lot of them, but as a team, the Cubs at this point hitting .324 with runners in scoring position.
I remember last year it was such a battle for them in that spot. They hit .230 and were 28th in the league. So a big improvement. I think .324 for the season might be a bit much to ask, but
you don't think Dansby's going to continue to hit around .430?
Horner out there at second. Good start here tonight. Down and in. And Swanson going for a little walk.
Did you notice that Dansby didn't take BP tonight?
I did not.
I asked him, I said, you going to be out there for BP? And he goes, no. No, he says, there's one day a week that I take off, and he chose tonight.
Taps that one foul and stays alive. 2-2 on Swanson, who had 2 hits last night. Took a walk, stole another base.
He's got a really good routine, along with taking one night a week off. I mean, he took his ground balls. He did all of his early work.
Yeah, the dorky word for it is process, right? He's got a good process. I think the top 3 guys in the Cub order all have good process. The process, by the way, or at least the approach for Dansby's changed a little bit. A little less aggressive, swing rate down. First pitch swing rate way down. So he's chasing less, waiting for his pitch, and it is working so far. And now Dansby calls time. I think as much as anybody on the team, I don't know if they're keeping track of this, but I feel like he uses his timeout per at bat as much as anybody on the club. That's anecdotal, and I may be lying. You know, I like to lie. 3-2. Check swing downstairs. Appeal to first. Didn't go. Adam Hammery on the call. Now first and second. And with nobody out, Ian Happ strolls to the plate. We'll take a peek at the defensive setup for the A's. It's brought to you by Ford. Rooker, Ruiz, and Capel left to right in the outfield. Peterson to start at third. Smith and Kemp, the double play combo. Noda back out there at first base, and Carlos Perez getting to start. An 8-pitch walk for Dansby Swanson. So a good start already. Cubs are hitting .289 just overall as a team. That's second best in the majors. But I always like to point this out. I do think team batting average is an indicator. I think in the history at times we probably rely on it too much, because you got to remember it's not a hitting contest, it's a scoring contest.
Well, how about this then? Okay, the Phillies have a slightly higher average.
Yeah.
But the Cubs have scored more runs. They've hit more homers. They've stolen more bases.
That's it.
I'm there for you.
Yeah, thank you. Here to help. Here to help you. 2 on, nobody out. 1-1 to Happ. In for a strike, and now the count is 1-2.
You know, Boog, as you mentioned when you did the defense, Perez is behind home plate. I don't know how well he throws, but he's not going to throw as well as the guy did last night. Dansby's down there at first base looking at Nico like, hey, bud, let's get going.
Got a quick peek at Marcotte there. Marcotte and the A's off to a rough start. A -72 run differential. And it's the worst 77 or the worst 17 game start since they moved to Oakland. So there's that run differential note. But they haven't had a start this bad through 17 games, 3-14 since they moved out here 55 years ago.
I was kind of teasing Ron Coomer last night on the bus on the way back. I go, there's our buddy. I said, Ronnie, if Marcotte put that team out there in spring training, he might get fined from the commissioner's office.
Man,
you know what I mean? You have to have so many big leaguers out there, and there's just not a lot of big league experience for Marcotte to work with.
Happ down on strikes, 1 away, still 2 on the bases, and time down for our keys to the game. They're brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. What do you got, Sut?
I got the old Bird song, turn, turn, turn. Turn the page on what happened last night. Forget about that 10-1 win. Turn back the clock. That's exactly what Cody Bellinger has done. He's back to playing like an MVP. And turn on it. That's Patrick Wisdom for me. In his 4 games, he's hit those 5 home runs.
Horner at second, Swanson at first. And that one outside. Ball and no strikes on Seiya. Outfield plays him slightly the other way. And that's in there for a strike. That one at 94. Waldichuk's velocity's down a touch from last season. Their starter's ERA is 9.39. That's 30th. Too high and outside. Trying to spin it to Suzuki, and the one thing that we've seen as far as Seiya is he can hit the fastball. 2 on, 1 out. On the inside corner for a strike. All right, so this is since he came over to America, against fastballs and against any other pitch, a non-fastball. So it's 327 against the straight stuff and 195 against everything else. Taps softly right side, charging his Kemp. Tried to shovel with his glove and safe at first. Infield single. He'll take it. And the bases are loaded. I think if Tony Kemp had it to do over again, he would have tried to transfer. He had time, right?
Absolutely. And he had too far to go. He had plenty of time to get the ball out of the glove and put something on that throw. He tries to flip it with his glove. I mean, he didn't get a great jump on it. Suzuki can run. Getting down the line in the hurry. Look at everybody. Everybody's in motion. There he goes. That should have been an out. The Cubs will gladly take that. And Book, I really find it interesting that note you had on Suzuki against the fastballs. Remember all the talk last spring was about whether he could handle the velocity or not? That's not a problem.
No, it's not. So they challenge the safe call at first base.
I didn't think it was close, but maybe it is.
Oh.
He's out.
Yeah, he is.
I thought he had it beat easily.
I want to know what percentage of people at home and in the ballpark know that they're playing the theme to the People's Court right now. That's what I want to know. Sorry.
Well, there's one person sitting next to you that didn't know that.
I think they got it right. Tony Kemp, by the way, I was mentioning last night. Remember that play, the steal of second base, and his glove came off. So you check out Tony Kemp's glove on his left hand, and I talked to him pregame. He's had that glove since 2015. So that thing's worn and floppy, and he said, that's my baby. You get different guys. We talked about Dansby's had his glove. This is his 4th year. Nico Horner breaks in 2 new gloves every year. So for Kemp, a play like that, I think with a glove that's a little floppier, it's a little harder. All right, see what they say.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe. Oakland A's lose their challenge.
Well, just quickly to get in on the glove conversation, I was talking to Seiya Suzuki about his gloves, and he went through 5 different gloves last year because he said none of them just felt right. And then this year, he opened a brand new glove and used it in a game that day. Have you heard of guys doing that before?
No.
Yeah, no shit. Double play would be nice. My bad. I'm eating, guys. You're at the top of the first.
Deliver gloves now. It's not like when we were kids that are a little more broken in. This one hit in the air, high drive down the left field line, but it doesn't have the distance, curling, and it bounces foul. Wisdom hit it off the end of the bat. It's just a long, high strike, and it's 0-1. T-Mac, you've seen that green glove that Seiya's got that he uses in practice. He hasn't used it in a game yet, but that's the swag that he needs. I keep telling Toy to tell him you got to use the green glove.
I've been saying the exact same thing, but listen, Seiya's got so much swag that we don't need to tell him because clearly we're not coming from a good spot. But I agree on the green glove.
Yeah,
we can agree on something.
That's a fair point. Doesn't need our help. Not mine, at least. Wisdom spoils that one, and the count is 0-2. Now would be a good time to tell you Patrick Wisdom with 8 homers, and 6 of them, including both last night, have come with 2 strikes.
4 of them with a 3-2 count.
Bases loaded.
Lefty deals, and Wisdom just able to get a piece of that one.
I like how they're getting that pitch count up. Dansby Swanson did a great job of that. The higher the pitch count goes, the lower the velocity goes.
In the air on the infield fly. Kemp will make the catch. So the veteran pulls down the pop-up 2 away, and the base is still loaded, but a opportunity now for Cody Bellinger to cash this in. Belly with his first career 5-hit game last night. That one upstairs, ball 1.
There were a lot of times last year when Cody wasn't in the starting lineup against a left-handed pitcher.
Drew up 2 outs, bases loaded. My bad. Apologies.
That is
real. That ball is
going back. Ruiz
going to be playable. We're going bottom
the catch. Bellinger put a charge into that one, but the ball not jumping here tonight. Cubs leave them loaded. We're midway in the first. The Stro Show next.
Hey, this guy one more. Yeah, you got to pull out. 0-0, bottom 1. Make sure you drop a like if you haven't already. I really would appreciate it. I'm eating this Mexican food.
Lineup. It's brought to you by UI Health. Esteori Ruiz will lead things off. Then Ryan Noda, Aledmys Diaz is the DH. Rooker, Peterson, and Kemp, followed by Perez, Capel, and Kevin Smith. They're 13th out of 15 teams in the AL in runs per game.
Luke, starting pitcher for the Cubs is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud is for you. And, you know, last night, listening to some of the Oakland A's talk radio, they were talking about, hey, the Cubs are finally pitching. You know what? The Cubs have been pitching for a while now. It started at the All-Star break a year ago. But I tell you, for me, the guy that set the tone was Marcus Strowman on opening day. Milwaukee, Corbin Burns, he came away with the victory.
Hit the air right field. Suzuki is there.
Suzuki under it.
And one down. Ruiz retired.
Strowman's been pitching well.
Well, Marcus Strowman making his 4th start. The ground ball rate is about 67%. Since he came into the league, he's been a ground ball machine. Maybe the most extreme ground ball pitcher going. And a big swing and a miss from Noda.
There it is. I was talking with Tommy Hotovy pregame. I go, what do you look for with Marcus warming up? And he goes, I look for that downward movement. I look for that tilt. And I go, what if it's not there? He goes, it's normally a mechanical thing. We'll look at his mark where his landing foot is. He always puts those 2 little runways to get into that lane. He said it's really an easy thing for Marcus to fix.
Two and 1 to Noda. And that one hit hard, and Hosmer may have gotten a piece of it. That's ripped into right field, and Noda with a base hit. Kid who grew up in Illinois and a big White Sox fan.
Tell you what, he's got a real good idea of the strike zone too. That's an off-speed pitch out over the plate. A great effort there on the part of Eric Hosmer. I'm impressed with Noda. His knowledge of the strike zone. He seems to have a hole on that fastball up.
Here's Aledmys Diaz. Diaz doing the DHing, where he debuted as a Cardinal back in 14. They signed him out of Cuba. Strowman so far this year, he's given up 11 hits. That's it. And only 1 for extra bases.
Nice hit.
That's scooped foul.
We're going to Strowman. Going here in the A's.
One double, that's all.
You know, there's really only one number that's not dominant so far this year for Marcus Strowman, and that's the first time through the lineup. One of those things with a lot of good pitchers, if you're going to get them, you better get them early or you won't get them at all. But opponents have hit 280 in that first at bat. First time through the lineup for Marcus this year.
1 and 2 here. Was that ever a problem for you?
Yeah, that first time through the lineup.
What would you do about it?
I just, you know, you get control of every pitch that you have in the bullpen, but it's hard to control that adrenaline. And you know the energy that Marcus Strowman brings to the mound with him.
Out to short. Swanson collects. Throw back to first. And then it squirts away from Hosmer. And it rolls into the dugout. And so Noda will get third.
Oh. Eric Hosmer's looking at Dansby right now like, I'm sorry. I am sorry. You got to come off the bag. You got to keep that ball in front of you. Dansby's doing everything he can right there. All right, here comes the throw. Get off the bag. Don't try to scoop it. Get off the bag. Get down on the ground. You got to knock that ball down. He's doing everything he can. It can't be like that. It can't be. Oh, it kicked off his leg there. That's what happened there. That's nobody's fault at all. I thought it was just a throw in the dirt that he tried to swipe at, but no, there's nothing he could have done there.
Hit off of Noda's leg. It'll go E6. So man at third. And Brent Rooker is off to a good start. This guy can hit. Former first-round pick back in 2017 by the Twins out of Mississippi State. Power to all fields.
Nice play by Yan Gomes. Marcus has got 3 or 4 different breaking balls. That's a curveball there. You could see the over-the-top spin. Look how far that Yan Gomes had to go. Keep that ball in front of him. Not a whole lot of sink right now. I think Marcus might be a little bit amped up right now, maybe overthrowing a little bit. It's got a lot of run to it, a lot of movement, but not the downward tilt that gets that ground ball consistently.
Noda at third, no score. We're in the home half of inning number 1. Strowman fires. Marcus Strowman, one of the few guys that he does make a distinction. He throws a sinker and a two-seamer.
Yep. By design.
Yeah, for most guys, the sinker is the two-seamer. Downstairs, Rooker wouldn't chase, and now runners at the corners. Let's take a look at the defense that'll play behind Marcus Strowman, and the defensive setup is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Happ, Bellinger, and Suzuki left to right in the outfield. Couple of Gold Glovers out there, and then Wisdom, Swanson, Horner, and Hosmer. Gomes making his 10th start behind the plate.
And as you well know, Boog, there's a Gold Glove out there on the mound for the Cubs with Marcus Strowman.
Here's Jace Peterson now.
I saw Marcus looking down at that runway that he creates out there in front. He puts 2 lines trying to get his foot in the middle of that to keep him on line for home plate. He might not have been there.
Outside him.
You can see all of it right there. We did a nice demo on that in spring training. Tommy Hotovy showing what's important to him.
Peterson did not like that call. The veteran getting to start at third base. That spills out of Gomes' glove, and now the count is 3-1. Jace Peterson. Noda at third. Rooker over there at first. Nothing. Strowman trying to pitch out of the jam. 3-1. Swing and a miss.
You know, if you can't get it to go down from left to right, we'll just take it from right to left. Nice little cut fastball there in and underneath the swing of Jace Peterson.
And that's ball 4, and now they're loaded. So Strowman having to work hard here in the first. He's used 23 pitches. And Tommy Hotovy will head out to the mound Let's send it downstairs and Taylor McGregor.
Well, Rick Sutcliffe, you were talking about how Tommy Honaby focuses so meticulously on Strowman's mechanics, and that was something David Ross has really complimented the two of them. They've gotten to in such a good rhythm where Tommy can notice something slightly off, communicate it to Strowman, and Strowman's able to fix it quickly. That's why we've seen the sustained success really from last All-Star break on. He's been one of the most consistent pitchers in baseball.
Well, and you see what he's doing right there? He's been rushing with that front leg is what the message was from Tommy Honaby. He's telling him, stay back on that back foot. Get that leg completely up. It'll give you a chance to get on top of it and get the ball down in the zone, possibly getting a ground ball.
First one to camp in for a strike.
Boy, the bottom of the first, a lot like the top of the first. And I'll be honest with you, I hope it ends the same way with neither team scoring.
Chop to the right side, Hosmer, Strowman, and he gets out of it. The A's leave him loaded.
Tommy Honaby might have saved that inning with that quick little trip to the mound. All of a sudden there's some tilt, a ground ball, and it's over.
Come on, Strowman, get together. No shit. He needs to. 0-0, though. We got through it. Gonna face Gomes, Hosmer. We're still just the top of the second inning here. But yeah.
He does so many things for the Chicago Cubs that a lot of people don't even know about. And one of them includes when a left-handed pitcher for the opposing team is on the mound. Tommy Honaby, too, takes the mound. Of course, he pitched in the big leagues for a couple of years. You see Cody Bellinger in there. Hosmer was in there. Yan Gomes was in there.
Gomes had a nice night last night. 2 more hits.
Helped get Hayden Wisniewski back on track. You know how much fun these guys have, and you have a lot of fun with them. You're a lot of fun to be around. Ian Happ cracked me up yesterday with Yan Gomes. It might be a home run here.
Center field right at Ruiz. And 1 away.
I wanted to stay out of the way in case you were going to have one of your big gone calls. But anyway, Ian Happ walks by, and I'm sitting there on the bench talking with Gomes, and Ian goes up, well, when is it? And Ian goes, what are you talking about? And Ian goes, the tribute. Tribute? What do you mean? He said, well, you were only in Washington for a couple of weeks, and they did a big thing pregame on you for about a half hour. And Gomer just started laughing, going, I was only here for 2 months.
40 games. He enjoyed his time.
I mean, Ian forgot to add the fact that they won a World Series when he was there. Yeah. This is a fun group to be around.
There's no doubt. Hosmer hits it on the ground. Kemp is there.
Away. Hosmer grounds out.
New left fielder, and Tyler Wade will take over for Brent Rooker. So Wade, the utility guy, runs really well. Obviously some type of injury. And Rooker's a guy who's been swinging the bat well for them. So that is, I mean, that's good for Mark Kotze.
Yeah, the big power source.
Yep. Two up, two down. Luis Torrens, one of three catchers on this roster.
I don't think they keep track of it, but Luis might have won the batting title in the Cactus League this year. I mean, he was flat out raking, doing damage.
Line drive, base hit into left field. And Torrens with the knock, and with 2 outs, the inning continues. Nico Horner will hit again.
I'll tell you, one of the big things that's gone on this road trip with all the success that they've had has been top to bottom production for David Ross's lineup. That's 6, 7, 8, 9 has done just as much damage as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in a lot of games.
And now Nico led off the game with a double, was left stranded. First opportunity to play here.
Back to Nico.
1-1 the count.
65 at bats, 66 now for Nico. He's only struck out 6 times.
Popped in the air, foul ground. Noda giving chase. Kemp sprinting over, and Tony Kemp makes the grab and then tumbles down to the ground. Nico Horner retired. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Time called as Nick Marley steps out in front of home plate. Marcus Strowman to go back to work. Carlos Perez will lead things off. And a pitch inside, ball one to the catchers. Off to a pretty ferocious start. He's 9 for 16 with a homer. No score in the second, and a swing and a miss.
Those last two fastballs were the reason Marcus Strowman has been so good for so long. Look at that release point. Look at that downward tilt. And I really think whatever it was that Tommy Hotovy said to him when he came out with the bases loaded that got the ground ball to end that inning is what got him locked back in. You saw him getting his leg up a little bit higher, like he might have been drifting a little bit.
His base hit. No, the Dansby
short by Dansby Swanson, one away.
Perez. Pretty good, solid knock there. Now he's in the face.
One up, one down, and now the right fielder. It's Connor Capel. Capel originally a fifth-round pick by the Guardians. We were talking with Mark Kotsay and asked him for a comp on Connor Capel, and he said, I guess me a little bit. He's got probably 15-ish home run power, should hit for a decent average, good defensively, strong throwing arm. We already saw that.
Mark Kotsay would have led baseball in outfield assists every year of his career had he not thrown out so many people the first 2 years. They absolutely just quit running on him, which was a great asset for a team to have. I mean, he's like having a great throwing catcher. You're just not going to take that extra base. You're not going to try to steal a bag. Says he won't wear the B ring that he got.
I know. The 3-1. Hit in the air out towards right center field, and it's going to touchdown, and that'll roll to the wall. Capel racing for second. And with one out, a runner aboard. So Strowman gives up his second extra base hit of the year.
That'll remind Mark Kotsay of himself a little bit, hitting the ball in the gap like that. I'll tell you what I love about it. Look at Suzuki. He's off and running. I mean, he's flying. I got it. Tell him Bellinger, just stay out of my way. I'll get it. Very, very important with one out to keep the runner at second, not letting him get to third base.
The one other funny coincidence on the Capel-Kotsay connection. It's a lot of alliteration. Connor Capel wears number 21. That's the same number Mark Kotsay wore when he played here in Oakland.
Okay. You see Yan Gomes kind of look at Marcus Strowman there. You see Marcus kind of doing that little gyration to try to lock it back in. That ball went the opposite way of what it was supposed to do.
In the air, right field, Suzuki drifting back, and he makes the catch. A lot of stuff in the air so far. It doesn't appear so far that Strowman is particularly comfortable.
Well, he's not locked in by any means. I mean, his location has not been good. He's walked a couple of people, you know, but his stuff is just so good. And a lot of times when the ball's hit hard, it's not hit high enough to get out of the infield. A couple of line drive outs already to Dansby Swanson there at shortstop.
No score. We're in the second. And Ruiz loses his helmet, fouling one off. Strike one.
I'm all in on this guy. I know that the Oakland A's have a lot of holes to fill, but I think they have filled that leadoff spot and that center field position for a long time to come. This kid can hit.
Pulled off the slider there. It's 0-2. Last year between AA and AAA hit .332. It was between the San Diego and Milwaukee organizations. He came from San Diego to Milwaukee in the Hader trade, and then in the offseason to Oakland in that 3-team deal. Originally signed as a second baseman and a middle infielder with the Royals, but about 3 years in, they started to put him in the outfield more and more.
You know, the Royals did the same thing with a guy named Alex Gordon. Started out on the infield. That didn't work. Worked out really well in the outfield.
Yeah, he was brilliant. Late swing, foul ball.
2 outs, bump second here.
Was that down in the MAC zone? Is she all right?
That hit my microphone. My microphone flew because of that foul ball.
Okay.
It hit the photographer right next to me. We're good. We're all good.
Ruiz spreads out. Strowman ahead 1-2. Capel out there at second. Marcus trying to keep it scoreless. In there, got him looking. Strowman records his first strikeout and does so in a big spot. We'll move to the third. Dansby Swanson coming up to hit. No score here from the Oakland Coliseum.
0-0 from the Oakland Coliseum. You wish it said Las Vegas and Coliseum or some shit, not Oakland, but yeah. Top 3, 0-0 score. Hopefully the Cubs can break the tie here. Dansby up. We'll be back at 30 after commercial. Everybody stay tuned. Make sure you drop a like. I really appreciate everybody. Peace.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Dodgers are in town this Thursday for the start of a 4-game weekend series. Tickets available at Cubs.com/tickets. Come on out. Check out the Cubs and the Dodgers. 4 against LA an off day, and then 3 against the Padres as Swanson goes a little too far. And it is strike 1. Dansby a walk on 8 pitches his first time. John Shelby, Rick Sutcliffe, Taylor McGregor here at Oakland Coliseum.
Go Cubbies. Hell yeah, we're back. Top 3, 0-0. Strike to Dansby. Let's go Cubbies. Hell yeah, man. Go Cubbies. You drop a like you do. I really appreciate it.
Frustrated.
That's that timeout again.
Timeout
last night.
You know, I got a feeling myself and a lot of our fans are going to watch that from now on because of what you said.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Pretty good pitch right there. And a 1 away.
Now's the time for a healthy start. So let's recharge and play. And do what we love with who we love. Together, let's live well.
And Happ fouls one back from the lefty Ken Waldachuk.
I think we all kind of knew that tonight was going to be different than what it was last night. Last time the Oakland A's won a game, it was Waldachuk that was on the mound. He didn't get the win, but he pitched into the 7th inning in that ball game. For once, didn't allow a home run.
Yeah, that's been a real issue for him coming into tonight in 49 2/3 innings in his career. So limited, 12 homers allowed. Happ pushes one foul.
That changeup is for real. So far here in the early going, got enough velocity and enough difference in the velocities of those two pitches to make them both effective.
That one misses inside. Last year, the secondary pitch
Friday,
that really separated him was the sweeper.
We should have. Dude, I was streaming that game. That's awesome, man. That you were there. That's cool. Got to see Cody return and then Jason come play the Cubs again.
The 2-2. In there, have no argument. There's 2 away.
You knew what David Ross was going to do with his lineup when you looked at the numbers for Waldachuk. Left-handers hitting 250, right-handers hitting over 350 in that situation with 6 of the homers that you mentioned. But the last 2 hitters for the Cubs were right-handed, and he struck out both of them.
Seiya Suzuki, an infield single, his first time up. No score. We're in the 3rd.
I thought it was kind of funny that last night Suzuki was 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run, and not one reporter was at his locker. I mean, there were too many other things to talk about.
Wisdom, Bellinger, the return of Horner, all of it, right? Wisniewski. Two and two, Seiya waits. It's blocked foul. Did you like pitching in this park back in the day?
Loved it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll tell you the number one reason why was the reason they were able to get Nico to pop up to second base. The foul territory in this ballpark. I can't tell you how many outs I was able to get on balls that would have normally been in the stands. Nico's ball would have been in the stands. He'd had another pitch to swing at.
2 outs.
Line drive, base hit, left field, Seiya Suzuki. So with 2 outs, the inning continues.
Always represent my
and Patrick Wisdom will come up for the second time.
Seiya's on his way to another 3, maybe 4 hit night. Had that infield single that was reviewed. He just barely beat it out. And this is legit right here.
2 for 2. He was 3 for 5 last night, or 4 for 5 or something. He had 3 or 4 hits. Cubs Wisdom 283, 8 home runs,
2 outs and a man on, and Patrick Wisdom was homered 4 straight.
Or something like that. Crazy. Y'all are new. Make sure you hit the sub button. I really would appreciate it. On goal to 1,000.
By the way, you had a 2.81 ERA here
at
the Coliseum.
It would have been a lot lower if there weren't a guy named McGuire and Canseco. You know, the one that bothered me the most was Ricky Henderson, though. I mean,
2.81's good.
2.81, yeah. But it was like 4.81 against Ricky, and I know it.
Ricky Henderson Field here at the
what are we
Oakland
doing?
Coliseum.
2 outs, top 3. Slow game so far offensively for both teams.
I got traded to the Cubs from this ballpark.
That's right. You know, we didn't tell that story last night. When you found out you were being traded to the Cubs here.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of guys over 300 the Cubs lineup.
Dallas Green called the clubhouse.
Heating up.
Said you're going to be a Cub when the game's over
with. Yeah, for real. Got him swinging.
So Ron Hasse and George Frazier, who were also part of the deal. We got on a plane. We flew all night. We got to Chicago, all excited. Thursday day game against the Phillies, and we get swept 4 games. And I think Dallas wanted to send us all back.
Here's a 1-2, and Wisdom gone on strikes.
Bottom 3 we go.
And that's the end, and Waldichuk has struck out 4. We're midway in the third.
Stay tuned for the game. If you haven't already, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you sub. Really appreciate it. Be back in 30 seconds. Appreciate everybody for the new subscription, man. 643 subs. Thank y'all so much. We've gained over 4 or 5 subs this stream, so I really appreciate everybody. I'll give it to Will. He's good. He's pretty good. He's not bad. Not a bad pitcher. Strowman's going to face Noda, Diaz, and Wade here. Tyler Wade. He's still in the league? Tyler Wade? What? That dude plays for the A's? I'm looking this up. He's not old. Like, that's not the thing. Like, I just felt like...
Back in Oakland, bottom of the third, no score. Boog and Sutton. We bring in Cubs hitting coach Dustin Kelly. DK, how are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Looking for a couple of runs here, but doing okay so far.
All right, so the Cubs are leading the National League in runs per game. If you
the
were to
A's,
just go overall,
when they
what are you
again,
happiest about with this team offensively?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the preparation that these guys have put in, right? They game plan really well. They stick to plan and approach, and they've executed it. So that's translating into some runs and some early runs, too. We've got some good starts early in the game, which has helped.
DK, do you love preparing in this ballpark? Because I believe the batting cages are out in center field, aren't they?
Yeah, it's way out there. You can't see it out there now, but we're kind of in a dungeon out there. But it's a grinder work environment, so we're fine with it.
Strowman gets noted to foul one off. Tell me a little bit about some of your connection with Cody Bellinger. You guys intersected at least a tiny bit. You had some knowledge with him when he was with the Dodgers and you were there.
Yeah, I came up with the Dodgers as a minor league coach, and Cody was already in the big leagues at that time. But I was around quite a bit in Major League.
No to hear from Strowman. And this just froze. The game reset. Okay. That's lovely to see.
I know so many people over there, and we watched him so much that I felt like I had a pretty good grasp of what he was, and it made the conversations early on really easy to just talk baseball and kind of figure out some of the things that he wanted to do and how we were going to kind of attack this year for him.
What's been working for him?
And I think a lot of it is he's really just calmed everything down, right? He's really comfortable with where he's at. The setup's in a great place. He's comfortable where his hands are. And then we got all that stuff out of the way, worked really hard in January to kind of iron all of that out. And now it's just going up there and competing. He's getting the pitch that he wants. He's comfortable seeing it. And we're starting to see the bat speed really start to tick up. And he's hitting balls really, really hard right now.
You know, DK, I remember a drill that you had with Cody in the cages where you had him throwing velocity on the inner part of the plate. And, you know, occasionally he'd square one up, but there was, you know, to begin with, there was a lot of swing and miss. But then towards the end, he started making contact with it. He started fouling pitches off. He was able to do something with it. Was that part of the preparation, too?
Yeah, I mean, Cody loves to be challenged. That's been a big part of his offseason and going into the early part of spring training is he wanted to get ready really quick. So we had a bunch of velocity drills that we did and just trying to get the uptick of getting him going to game speed as quick as he could. And, you know, like I said, he loves to compete. He loves to be challenged. And he's not a big, like, early flip, like, just kind of get off the tee. He wants to get right into it and get that game swing going as soon as he can.
Okay, you've helped Cody get back to where he once was, but you have Patrick Wisdom. You've helped him get to a level that he's never been at. What's going on there?
Yeah, Wiz has done an unbelievable job of just recognizing what he's really good at, right? And everybody kind of dominates the middle of the zone, but we've kept it really simple and say, hey, you're really good in these parts of the zone. And if you get a chance to get an A swing off when that ball's in that zone, go ahead and take your A swing. And he's been getting pitches there. He's done a really good job of laying off some stuff outside of his, you know, his kind of damage zone. And when he gets it, man, I mean, you guys have seen the last couple weeks. It's impressive.
Marcus Strowman's gotten the first two and pumps in a strike. Dustin Kelly, the Cubs hitting coach, joins us. Who's got a better beard, you or Mike Napoli?
Nap's had a really good beard for a long time, so he set the pace for me. So I'll follow his lead with this thing.
Okay, fair enough. I wanted to ask the direct question and get it from you. I appreciate you and Johnny Wash letting me interrupt the hitters meeting without giving away secrets. When you guys are meeting like that, what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I think we just love baseball, right? So we love to talk baseball. And when you get a chance to be around these guys every single day, Wash is incredibly smart, sees the game. I mean, he sees it like a manager. He sees it like a hitting coach. So he's got a ton of knowledge that I'm just able to kind of pick his brain with. And we recap the night before and then kind of come up with the plan for today. But most of it is just talking about our guys and how good they are.
On the ground to the right side, Horner handles it. DK, go watch your guys hit and get some runs.
We're going to put some up for you this inning.
Dustin Kelly right there.
Thanks, guys.
No score as we go to the fourth.
Thank y'all for all staying tuned. Drop a like if you haven't already. We're at 6-7 likes on the stream. Appreciate everybody for dropping a like and new subscriptions. Thank y'all so much. Top four we go. We'll be back in 30.
Time now for the social scene. It's brought to you by Miller Lite. And Greg tweets game 2, let's go, with my future son-in-law. Hashtag next starts here. Speaking of in-laws, by the way, Dansby Swanson
he's 1 for 1 on the
playing tonight against his brother-in-law.
No, he's 0 for 1.
There he is, Jace Peterson. They're married to sisters, and that's how Dansby met his wife Mal through Jace when they played together in Atlanta. So in-laws.
Those are going to get under that one fly. That was the shortstop. Smith, he's going to get under it, 1 out, top 4.
And Smith makes the catch, 1 away. Now it's Yan Gomes. Cubs have 4 hits but have not scored. Buchami, Rick Sutcliffe, Taylor McGregor here in Oakland. Cubs fresh off taking 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. Won the opener last night. Certainly could have swept the Dodgers. It's the game they lost. They got walked off and they led late.
Wow. Gomes been hitting the ball well here lately. 250 average on the year, 7.
Down there.
Not too OPS. Like, that's good for Gomes.
Tampa are the only 2 places that have the bullpens on the field, right?
It hits 15 home runs.
I think you're right.
That's a productive season.
San Francisco stuck them over the wall.
Check swing 1-2.
The last year Wrigley Field had the bullpens on the field.
Gomes here.
Was
2016.
I'm okay with Gomes doing that for sure. He's not a bad catcher. Everyone hates him. The man's been to a couple world championships. Like, he's knows what he's doing. 3-1 to him. He can draw walks as well.
3 balls and a strike to Yan Gomes, who
he's
flied
a good,
to
like,
center.
6
His first time. 40 games with the Oakland A's in 2021.
Like it. When he was with the Indians, like him.
He enjoyed it. Remember, they were
against
they were trying to win then, so they made
Bragging
the
him
move.
3-2.
Remember,
He's a veteran though. You know, he's 35. You know, he's coming down from the street now.
Ended up making a
Wilson
bunch of
Contreras
different
leaving, gave him an
deals.
opportunity to come catch for a couple of years, so I think he's for sure. Being in Chicago, the media's big, but not too big. You know, you're not going to be like Yankees or Dodgers. He's going to draw a walk there, top 4.
Base.
Osborne. Gomes was low last
Fans, sign up for Cubs SMS ticket offers for timely text to give you the best access for upcoming games. Scan the QR code or text Cubs to 88019. 88019. Cubs SMS ticket offers. Stands for short message service. On the ground up the middle, and Smith gathers it in, throws out Hosmer, and on the play Gomes to second. So with 2 outs, a man into scoring position.
You know, it's kind of funny to watch a couple of guys that haven't worked together a lot, because there was some indecision on this and where to go, what was going to happen. Smith thought about going to second base, thinking that all of a sudden the ball might come to him, they could turn the double play. That's it right there. He didn't really know where to go, and they thought, I better just make sure of 1 out, which was the right thing to do there.
He hadn't hit the ball well, but the DH spot.
You don't see that with Nico and
Dansby. It should have been his. We thought it
would have been
turned
into a double play.
The DH for the Cubs. He hadn't really played that much.
Boog, as you mentioned, Cubs have had a man on base at least 1 every inning and have yet to score. Runners in scoring position. Here we go again.
He can play first a little bit too, so he's kind of got a couple spots he can play there. Already make sure y'all smash that like button, boys. I really would appreciate that. To get this thing to 10 likes, that would be awesome. Cubs 4 hits on 15 at bats. No runs here for them. Runner on second, 2 outs.
Getting to start at DH. With the lefty on the hill. No runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Cubs. 0-2-0 for the A's.
Ball
gets under this one, lifted to center. Ruiz.
4, same score.
No runs, no hits, a walk, a man left. We're midway in the 4th.
Strowman set to deal the bottom of the 4th inning. No score. Maybe back in 30 seconds. Okay, after
Oakland. Tigers and Athletics. Oakland was down 2-1 in this series and 3-1 in the game in the bottom of the ninth, and then Coco Crisp helped walk it off for the Athletics. It would force a Game 5, and somewhere in this stadium, that man right there, Nico Horner, was in high school, 15 years old, and he was smiling big time. He was in attendance, and that moment was one of those where he realized, that's what I want to do on the biggest stage. So, of course, when he got his first walk-off a few weeks ago, guys, that was pretty special. But it's just really special for Nico to be back in Oakland, the place that he fell in love with baseball, where he grew up. I was just chatting with his mom, Keela, who was in attendance, and she was saying, it was just in the shadow of this ballpark where Nico would play Little League. And they would dream about being here one day. There's his mom there in the beanie, the blonde hair. I swear they're twins. But she was saying at 6 years old, coaches would tell her Nico is different. And they gave him the nickname Little Nolan Ryan. He was a pitcher and a hitter. He did it all. He was always the best player on the team. And this is a really cool moment for his family as well. He has about 40 friends and family, fellow teammates from his Little League team, his coaches from back in the day. So everyone's soaking this moment up.
Yeah, 40 tickets. Mom is here. Mom was an administrator at Cal. She has taught, both mom and dad taught at Stanford, and mom has taught at both Stanford and Cal. Yeah, little Nolan Ryan. So on the ground to the right side, and there's Nico to gather it in. He's never played on this field until this series. How about this? He told me in high school, the sectional championships for the top 4 divisions played here. His school was so small, they were Division 5.
Oh.
They didn't get to play here.
I figured there would have been like an all-star game or something that he would have been a part of it. Maybe a tryout camp or, you know, something. But
it's funny, the little Nolan Ryan story goes back to what Hayden Wisniewski told you in that tournament in Cooperstown with Nico. I guess younger Nico Horner was a little more gregarious, a little more demonstrative, and Wisniewski tells the story about striking out the side Nico did as California played Texas up in Cooperstown.
And Hayden was the second person in that first inning that
he struck out.
Yeah.
And when Nico was done striking out the side, he went roar and then flexed at
the third base coach. And Hayden went, wow, what is that? And Hayden went on to say that he shut him out. Nico beat him. Nico threw harder than anybody in that tournament. And Nico told Hayden, he goes, I think that's where my arm strength, that's where I lost it, was all the pitching I did when I was younger. Seems like we're back to normal right now for Marcus Strowman. He's retired the last 7 in a row, but particularly the 2 in this inning. Just those weak contact ground balls at the infield.
Outside corner, making 8 in a row for Strowman. On to the 5th. Still no score here in Oakland.
Strowman Dylan here. Homer Swanson here. Cubs. Squad do some damage for sure. We need to put some runs on the board. We need to win. We need to get this win. We need to get this win. We need to get this win. I say it a lot. I want to make the playoffs this year. I don't want the Cubs to be a shitty team. I just want to make the playoffs. Back in 30 though, or as soon as this commercial breaks.
Take a look at the Nico Hoerner fan club right here, featuring a bunch of his Little League teammates and middle school teammates, all the way up to high school, soaking up the moment of having Nico back in the Bay Area, the place where he grew up, fell in love with the game of baseball. But Boog, you were telling this story as Nico grounds out here about how growing up, he was a little more animated than he is right now. And I was having a conversation with his teammates. Give me some stories. Tell me about what Nico was like as a kid. And they told me his code word with his coach was Domino, because he would get so animated and so upset about some of the things that were happening on the field that one time his coach pulled him to the side and said, look, I need you to go home and set up dominoes. And I want you to tap the first domino and everything that's happening for the team. So the key word when he would get upset on the field was domino, to kind of lock it in. And eventually we all know he grew out of that. He's pretty even keeled and he's about as pro of a pro as you can be. But it's really fun to hear these stories about Nico Hoerner in the Bay Area as a kid.
I like that. That might be our code word for T-Mac. She's the leader for us, and when sometimes she gets going a little crazy, just say domino.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
That's what coaching's all about, isn't it? Grab a little energy bar.
Absolutely.
So you chewing on one of those earlier?
I did. I had to, you know, just trying to get the protein going. Waldichuk, the 1-2. And that one fouled off. T-Mac, by the way, April 18, 2023. Here's a nugget for you. It's not our McNugget, but a nugget for you. Today is National Animal Cracker Day. So thanks for getting me animal crackers.
The fact that slipped by me is one of the biggest failures.
Everybody was like, did you get Boog animal cracker? Nope.
They're coming. Thursday. In the booth, animal crackers.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sud.
We'll send them to your house.
JD will enjoy them.
2-2. Inside, good eye by Dansby Swanson, who has walked and struck out. Cubs trying to get something going. 1 out, base is empty. They've out hit the A's 4-2. Good pitching so far tonight. And a swing and a miss. And again, you touched on it earlier. It's been that changeup, right?
Along with the sweeper that you talked about. I mean, he's had that off-speed spin going in different directions to go along with 95 miles an hour. Got into a little bit of trouble in that first inning, was able to get out of it. There was some soft contact on one of the base hits. He is dominating one of the best offenses in baseball right now. Bases loaded, 1 out, and he retires Wisdom and Bellinger. That's not easy to do. Very few people have done it here in the first 16 games of the season.
Happel for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. That one line to right. Oh, come on, let's leave the ball boy alone. This is what happens the other way, and if you don't have Fabian down the line, clank.
You know what, though? His job is to protect the players down there, and he did that. Plus, there's only like 5,000 people booing him. It's not.
This is fair.
It's not horrible.
No. 2-2. Oh, they're letting him have it. See why the fellas down there. Line drive, base hit, right field. Ian Happ with his first knock of the night, and a 2-out base runner.
I honestly expected something good to happen this inning offensively for the Cubs. This is the third time through the order. They've had an opportunity to see everything that he has. Oakland A's pitching coach Scotty Emerson coming out to have a conversation right now just to make sure you're okay. All right. You know, Suzuki's reached base a couple of times. I want to remind you what we're trying to do with him.
The A's, by the way, will travel the most miles this year of any team. Like if you take combined airplane miles, the way the pitching looks for Mark Kotsay and Scott Emerson, they're not just going to travel on the plane. They're going to get a lot of steps in. So the Mariners will travel the most miles on the season, and then the Mariners #2.
It's always been the Mariners in the past.
Usually been the Mariners, yeah.
The new schedule, I guess.
It is the new schedule, yeah.
It's got them.
I believe the team that will travel the fewest miles is actually the Brewers. Seiya Suzuki an opportunity here. Cubs have had a base runner
Need 2 outs, top 1
in 11 of the last 12 innings they come to the plate. So there have been opportunities, including tonight.
Suzuki's a great hitter, man. He really is. Solid defender. So many tools. So many tools. Just to be a really good ball player. The Cubs for the next, how many years he's signed for? I think he's signed for 4 or 5.
Seiya Suzuki, a pair of hits, 1 infield hit, and then 1 solid line drive. That's in for a strike. Ken Waldichuk, the lefty the Cubs are facing, pitches college ball at St. Mary's, same school that produced Patrick Wisdom, although Wisdom older than Waldichuk. And that misses. Although K-Zone had it as a strike.
Me too.
I mean, we've seen Suzuki rung up on a lot of pitches that weren't that good.
Mark Kotsay was letting Nick Marley know that was a strike. 3-2. And that's pushed foul. And they're going to get some activity in the Oakland bullpen. Good eye right there. Ball 4, and now 2 aboard, and a chance for Patrick Wisdom.
And there's a couple of guys running down to the bullpen right now. You're exactly right on that, Boog, but you got to remember the A's have already used the pitching coach visit to the mound, so you're going to see at least the next couple of hitters get an opportunity to do something here for the Chicago Cubs.
Trevor May getting loose.
That's going to take a while after looking at that first throw.
Patrick Wisdom stands in, leads the National League in home runs this year. He's batting in the 5-hole for the Cubs.
Check swing foul.
Check swing foul at 90.
See that velocity at 90 miles an hour there?
Make sure you drop a like if you haven't already. For
Scott Emerson saw that too when he came out saying, hey, just get one more out and your night's over, buddy. I don't know if he can get that out or not.
2 on, 2 out. And he went too far. He got kind of twisted up there. One thing we've seen from Patrick Wisdom, when there's contact, he is hitting it hard. And I mean really hard. Only Matt Chapman with a higher hard hit rate. That means 64.7% of the balls in play, miles an hour and above.
The Wisdom.
He tried to come back in on Patrick there and wasn't able to get it. DK was talking about him and the zones that he likes. That's that ball out over the plate where he can get extended.
Line to center. Ruiz is there and he makes the catch. Cubs leave 2 more. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th.
Bottom 5 we go. 0-0. Thank you all so much for these 7 likes on the stream, boys. I really appreciate it. And the new subscribers. If you are new and you're a subscriber, go ahead and tell me, man. I'd like to
League as far as that's concerned.
So leading the National League in ERA, starters ERA coming in, and leading the National League in runs per game coming in.
ERA.
Strowman has thrown 68. Now it's 68 pitches.
Put up a 0 right here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Mr. Waldichuk is done for the night. He's already thrown over 100 pitches. They're not going to bring that youngster back out. Get into that bullpen. I think Mark Kotsay might have found another piece to the puzzle. Waldichuk, the last time out, got into the 7th inning in a game that the Oakland A's won. And of course, we know they've only won 3.
Capel fouls one back. 0-2 on the right fielder. How about those spikes? Those are awesome for Strowman, huh? His own brand Shugo. And he's basically just going socks, like no stirrups, no blue, just white socks in the dirt.
Everything about him is awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
He's so fun to be around. He cares. Cub fans know how involved in the community he has become. He just continues to do more and more. Brings that energy every day.
Inside corner, struck him out. That's his 4th strikeout.
He is on a roll. He had to battle back in the first inning, walked a couple of guys, couldn't find his command. Tommy Hotovy had to come out, have a little chat. He was able to get the ball hit on the ground, and he's absolutely dominated from that point on, as he has pretty much all year long.
Kevin Smith here, the shortstop. Got him in the Matt Chapman trade in March of last year. On the ground, Horner to his left, gobbles it up, throws him out, 2 down. Hey everybody, host your valued guests in Wrigley Field's largest luxury suite. The climate-controlled, all-inclusive Bleacher Suite provides guests with a unique view of the ballpark and the center field batter's eye. For details, visit Cubs.com/premier. You know, I've never been out there.
I was going to tell you, I've not been there either. I've not been in that. I mean, I've been in the bleachers many, many times. I've been up in the scoreboard. That looks nice.
Yeah.
Would you do a game from there?
Sure. Out towards right center. Seiya Suzuki makes the catch. And how about Marcus Strowman? He has settled into quite a groove. 11 in a row set down.
Top 6 we go, 0-0 here. No scores, we got a close game. If you bet the over in this one, you're fucked. Huh. 22 people in the stream. How y'all doing? We'll be back in 30 after the commercial. We're back for the top 6. Sam Buell, Mason Bellinger, Gomes, and Hosmore. Man, the Pirates are going to win that again, dude. The Pirates are fucking hot right now. Which, like, I know the Pirates are what are the Pirates here. 11-7.
Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. By UI Health, changing medicine for good. And by Michelob Ultra.
I feel like we're better than the Cardinals. I really do.
And it's our game summary brought to you by Wintrust. And how about tonight's pitchers? 5 scoreless for each guy. And for Strowman in the middle of 11 in a row set down. Waldichuk, 102 pitches. And the night is over for him. And the new pitcher will be the lefty Sam Moll. And our pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. It's about time.
You can see there that it's his 9th appearance of the year.
And now Belly calls Tom Moll. 31 years old, originally drafted by the Rockies, 3rd rounder in 2013 at the University of Memphis.
Little gamesmanship there.
In the air down the line, and that'll fall foul. Let's send it downstairs, and Taylor McGregor.
Well, 5 for 5 last night for Cody Bellinger, first time in his career. Talking with David Ross, I said, what do you notice? He said, it's the swag. You can just tell he feels really good, and sometimes we can break down the mechanics and all the different things we're seeing, but sometimes it's just confidence. And he says, I see the swag with Belly as of late.
That one in there. Bellinger did not like the call. And one away.
I think he thought it might have been down. Pretty good pitch.
Yep.
Pretty good pitch. I think he's still frustrated from that first at bat. He just missed hitting that ball out to center field with the bases loaded.
Slider misses inside to Gomes. Ball one, no strikes. Jan has flied to center, and he's also walked. That's off the inside edge. Justin Steele gets the start tomorrow. Some day baseball, and we'll get a look at young Mason Miller.
Oh, the 100-mile-an-hour guy.
Believe it. He's going to make his big league debut for the Oakland A's. He's got one of the better arms in the minors, and what's he got, about 30 pro innings, something along those lines?
Not more than that.
Yeah.
The numbers I saw on this year was 8 2/3 innings pitched and 19 strikeouts. It's like they're starting Kerry Wood tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's got to be fun for Mark Kotsay and his pitching coach Scott Emerson to be in a game like this where you actually have a chance to win. Kotsay bringing in a left-handed reliever, knowing that 2 of the first 3 guys that he would face are left-handed hitters.
Swing and a miss. The ball able to get Gomes swinging, 2 away. Tomorrow it's another night of minor league baseball in Marquee as the Myrtle Beach Pelicans host the Augusta Green Jackets. It's tomorrow at 6 p.m. That's in for a strike to Eric Hosmer. Hosmer 0 for 2. He's grounded out a couple of times. His average sits at 238 right now. Takes outside for a ball.
Hitting left-handed pitching's not been a problem the last couple of years for Hosmer. In fact, last year he hit it better against left-handers than he did right-handers as far as average.
1-1 swing.
Cubs had a great chance to score in the first, had the bases loaded and 1 out. Couldn't do anything with it. And then Oakland stranded the bases loaded in their half of the first. Strowman is
no score, man.
retired the last 11 Oakland hitters in a row.
Loki needs something here. Something quick.
It'll tap her back to the mound. Mole has it. Hosmer retired. The Cubs go 1, 2, 3. We're midway in the 6th, and there's still no score here in Oakland.
No score here, bottom of the 6th. If Strowman can just keep pitching well, our bats will come alive. Strowman's pitching well, though. He is. He is all year. He's really living up to that contract, which is nice. We'll be back in 30 for the bottom of the 6th. Strowman's facing Nada, Diaz, and Wade for the A's.
Well, that says a lot. Strowman into the 6th. He's been scored on in 1 of the 23 innings he's pitched this season. 2, 3, 4. Noda, Diaz, and Tyler Wade.
So many times, Boog, as a starting pitcher, that it's not how you pitch, but when you pitch.
We've gotten 2 good starts out of our pitchers here.
At some point, Marcus last night had to be going, come on, guys, we don't need all 10 of these. I could use a few of them.
Yeah. As he faces the kid from Fox Lake, Illinois, Ryan Noda. His grandmother, Connie David, watching. She's a Cubs season ticket holder. He told me last night and tonight, one of the few times, maybe ever, that she's rooted against the Cubs. But his grandmother root for his grandson, ask for time here. Noda.
Well, that doesn't mean she has to root for the A's.
Well, I asked him, I said, so is she rooting against you, like rooting for you to get a hit but for you to lose? He said no. He grew up a big White Sox fan. Paul Konerko was his guy.
Pretty good guy to have as your guy.
You're not kidding. He's got raw power. I mentioned last night, played a year in Cincinnati with Ian Happ. I said, what do you remember? He goes, he raked. 2-2. Fouled off.
One thing I've noticed is, I mean, first of all, he's a big boy. There's a lot of power there, but he knows the strike zone. What, he had 7 straight games with a walk?
He's got 11 walks he's accepted on the season. In the minors, over 2,300 plate appearances and an on-base percentage of .407 in his minor league career.
Make sure I hit the like button. I really would appreciate it.
2-2 on the way.
0-0 bottom of
missed with a fastball outside and upstairs. Play Noda to pull. Line drive, short hop, knocked down. Horner handles, and there's one out.
That's outstanding right there. He's going to win a Gold Glove this year. There's no doubt in my mind. Look at him anticipating right there. There it is. And what's he do? He turns into a catcher. He gets down in front of it. Who knows what that ball is going to do? If it stays down, it's going into my glove. If it comes up, it's going off of my chest. All right. You can't do that at shortstop, because if you bobble it like that, you don't have time to get it to first. But he knows what he can do there at second base.
Cubs not winning this one, LOL.
We were talking about it in the pregame show with Cole Wright.
What's up, Joey?
I mean, Marcus Strowman on his career is 69 and 68.
Jody.
His career ERA is 3.5.
Jody. I'm sorry, bro.
At 3.5, you should be well over 500 with any kind of run support. And I mean, I just look at last year, the same thing. ERA right at 3.5, and he gets 6 wins. Just absolutely one of those guys that just, he pitches on the wrong day. I mean, I give Chuck a lot of credit. He pitched outstanding today. He didn't pitch like a guy that's 0-2 with an ERA over 10. But that's the luck of Marcus Strowman, it seems like.
Stroh fires outside.
89 pitches in bottom 6 for Strowman.
Oakland signed him 2 years, $14.5 million.
He's versatile. He can do a lot of things for him. He can play all over the infield. He got some power, as we know.
Inside, full count to Strowman, 90 pitches now.
Yeah, he was an all-star.
Really watching that pitch count on Strowman.
In 2016,
don't feel like he'll face another
17 homers, and then he had 18 in 2018. Fouls one back. And now time called at home plate. So the pitch count climbing, and for Strowman, another good outing.
I was just thinking he came into this inning with just 77 pitches. He could go a couple of more, but he's had to work hard for these first 2 outs.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strowman fans Diaz 2 away.
3 outs, bottom 6.
It's really funny how he can do so many different things that when you throw a pitch like this, it's a little two-seam fastball, a little sink to it. I mean, normally the ball is just going to be put in play. It's going to be a ground ball. You're not going to swing and miss it. But because he can do so many different things, he's got like 4 different breaking balls. He'll elevate the fastball. He gets a lot of swing and miss on that pitch.
The light show is up.
Well, because of the 7 innings last night from Hayden Wisniewski, that bullpen was bare last night. There was not a whole lot down there. Had he gotten in trouble, it's back to being full tonight.
Rocking there, Wade.
I feel like it's a little colder tonight, by the way.
You know, you said that earlier, and I didn't agree, but I definitely do now. How's Rudolph doing tonight?
I was just going to say, how about you ask the girl who's actually down outside?
Let's go downstairs to Taylor McGregor. Rudolph?
I am Rudolph.
How are you?
You know,
is your nose red?
I do. Yeah, probably. My nose has also been red since like 4 o'clock this afternoon because it's been cold all day.
Did you steal the camera guy's gloves again?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And I had a fan who was listening to the game last night and brought me hand warmers.
2 outs, bottom
Wow.
6.
Nice guy.
2 Wade, Strowman deals.
You didn't go buy gloves. You stole the camera guy's gloves again.
Well, I just never gave them back.
2 hits,
So I don't think I stole them again. I just am currently still stealing them.
If you guys are wondering what the vibe is from Taylor McGregor, it's if you offer the gloves, it's, oh, that's so sweet. Yes, I'll take them.
No hesitation.
Sweet. Thank you. Yes, I'll take them. I mean, not the camera guy needs the gloves or anything, right?
Well, he's from here. He's used to it.
Yes. Thumbs up.
That's my guy right there.
That's my guy.
He also saw me walk away with the gloves last night, like, hey, hey, hey. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll give them to you tomorrow.
Gosh, that's shocker. 3-2, and a little dribbler up along first, but foul. Tyler Wade
Strowman, they're getting deep here.
took over in left field
so it's
for
not
Brett Rooker.
Strowman, he's pitched very well, and we'll get the win with some runs before here for sure.
On the ground, he go. Horner takes it in. No score, end of 6.
Top 7 we go. Still no score. Strowman is dealing here. Top 7 Cubs need to score. We'll be back here in 30. I'm going to go grab a water. So I'm going to try my best to be back here as quickly as possible. We're going to beat the commercial, I feel like. Top 7, no score. Cubs need some run support here. We'll be back in 30 seconds. I'm just going to leave my camera and stuff on so I don't have to flip it over.
Come true, Cliff, when it comes to race to 3 runs, who's it going to be? The Cubs, the A's, or neither?
Northsiders want the Cubs.
Yeah, I like the way that sounds.
You know what I'm saying?
3 runs, the Cubs are going to get it. They're going to put this win in the books, and we're going to tell you all about it on Cubs Post Game Live. But until then, Boogs, gentlemen, you know what to do.
All right, fellas. So Marcus Strowman, 6 shutout innings. Pitch count at an even 100. Got to figure that likely going to end the night. And we get a pitching change, and it is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. James Caprillion will take over.
I did a John Smoltz there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
A big right-hander. Not used to the role of a reliever. Last couple of years, he's been a starting pitcher. He's been banged up the last couple of years as well.
Top 7, no outs. Torrens, the night hole, 1 for 2 on the night. He's DH in the night.
Just 1.
Like I said, I
right
see
now.
Mancini in that
Not
role
next
more.
inning. Right now.
David Ross experimented with the lineup here earlier.
For Marcus Strowman.
Time called, and Perez
I figure next year Pete Crow Armstrong
will
might
go
be
out
up.
and chat with Caprillion.
Jordan Wiggs, like the team might be different. You know?
While we have a second, Cubs fans, go to MarqueeSportsNetwork.com for the latest Cubs news and in-depth feature stories presented by Jeff Vukovich, your local Nationwide insurance agent. Visit JeffVuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Vuk is a huge baseball fan.
Got a chance to get one out. 3-0 to him. I'd give him the green light here. God, I'd let that swing at that. See,
I feel like the truck has been told to not let me read any more of those things. After the double play thing, I think that might have been my last shot.
Inside, that hit him, and that's big. So, an opportunity right here. The leadoff man is aboard. And now Nico Horner will come to the plate. And you know what? We're in the late stages of this one. There's no score. Everybody's a little hungry. So you're thinking, how about some McNuggets?
Hopefully the Cubs
Time now for the McDonald's McNugget of the game. Not brought to you by Taylor McGregor, but brought to you by me. Nico Horner is one of 3 MLB players since 1920 with 22 or more hits, 16 or more runs, and 9 or more stolen bases in the first 15 games of the year. Ricky Henderson, Kenny Lofton.
There was over the Dodgers, but the Dodgers I don't think are the same team.
It's so leadoff, right? It's such a, I mean, Ricky Henderson and Kenny Lofton were brilliant leadoff hitters.
Kenny's a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. I mean, he was the same kind of thing. He was a winner, first of all. Let's start with that. He could fly. He could go get him. All right.
So Magical running at first.
Pretty good lead right there. Not a very good move. If I'm Mike Napoli, I'm telling him you can get one more. Get one more step off of there. Keep going. There you go. There you go.
And that one in for a strike to Nico Horner. A double in the first extended his on base streak to 14 in a row. Fouled off the plate. Center field, but playable for Ruiz.
Understrong first one out, top 7.
Magical back to first, and there's one down.
Stands these over 2.
Brilliant wants a new baseball.
Dansby wants a base hit. Wouldn't mind a base hit to right field right here. Give Madrigal a chance to go from first to third with just the one out.
That one up and in. Caprillion, former first-round pick of the Yankees out of UCLA in 2015.
Oh, that's right. He came over for Sonny Gray, wasn't it?
That is correct.
Yeah. Big prospect at the time.
Sliced foul as that one moves off into the seats, and now the count 2-1.
I think we're running now, Boog. We've seen his move. There's not much to that. There's Rossi all bundled up, but he's still putting on some signs down there. Nope.
Two and two on Dansby Swanson, who has walked and struck out twice. No score. Cubs about hit the A's 5-2, and the Cubs have made the game's only error. Madrigal at first.
I want a Suzuki jersey. I don't want a Swanson. I want to get a Swanson.
A heater missing off the inside edge.
Looks like he's choking up a little bit there. Mike Napoli with a word to Madrigal with a 3-2. Here's another one of your timeouts.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody's keeping track of it.
3-2 to Swanson. One out. Runner at first.
There goes the runner. In the air, down the left field line. A long run for Wade. And he makes the catch.
Wade will stay at first. 2 outs here.
I'd be interested to ask him. I think he got the good part of the bat on it. Just got under it. 2 away. And with Madrigal scrambling back to first, the batter will be Ian Happ. His first opportunity to hit left-handed tonight.
Happ's 1 for 3 on the night. 2 outs, runner first.
And that's in there for a strike. Happ 1 out of 3, a single his last time up.
Come on, Cubbies. Hell yeah, man. Go Cubbies. How you doing?
Mark Kotze, of course, being a former outfielder, now as a manager knows to back that outfield up. No doubles. Keep the ball from getting to the wall. Keep the runner first from scoring.
Happ just kind of blocking that one foul.
They made some really good pitches tonight. That being the Oakland staff that had a team ERA as high as anybody in baseball.
Pitch out. That's another one of those things that has gone the way of the dodo.
Yeah, you know, and Nick Madrigal threw his arms up in the air like, wait a minute, what happened? What's going on here? I think the steal sign might have been on.
That one missing, and now 2-2.
2-2, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning.
Watch him right there. He's like, wait, what's going on?
I think he was saying pitch clock violation.
He's leaning, but he's not off as far as he was. I mean, he looked completely different taking that lead there, like maybe something was going to happen. Okay, he's back out there now.
2-2 on Happ. Madrigal at first. Caprillion fires. Line drive caught at first by Noda, foul ground. And that ends the inning. Leadoff man got on, but the Cubs couldn't do anything with it. We're midway in the 7th, and it is time to stretch.
Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer. Find a dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. By Advocate Healthcare. Let's live well and make the most of every moment, game day and every day. And by Wintrust, proud legacy partner of the Chicago Cubs and exclusive home of Cubs checking.
Mark Leiter Jr. on here, delivering ball 1 to Jace Peterson. Yeah, Leiter tossing that curveball in there. 6 1/3 scoreless innings, covering 7 games. He struck out over 46% of the batters he's faced. And that one is in for a strike. Peterson in this one, a walk and a ground out. And that's in there.
Boy, he's pitching with so much confidence right now. Feeling like he can throw anything for a strike at any time. And of course, he knows how to put people away.
2-2. And the splitter in the dirt.
Two Peters here. Leader needs to have a good, strong custody deadlock.
Grip right now.
Donation win.
He might change it.
Looks
like he did.
Now we need to get a win here, dude. We do. Big time. Mark Luter's pitched a lot here lately.
Yeah, guys certainly know that the splitter is coming, especially the lefties, right?
He tried to put him away on that 2-2 pitch. He doesn't want to walk him. You know that.
Oh.
We're 2 likes away from 10,
that,
guys.
So
We're trying to get 10 likes right now. Everybody drop a like. If you haven't already, make sure y'all drop a like. We're at 8 on the stream. Let's try to get to 10 to 12. I really would appreciate it. Thank y'all for
the splitters. I don't know if it has to do with it being cold. Maybe his fingers are cold. You can see the ball tumbling, kind of like a knuckleball is the effect that it has. But he missed badly on both of the split finger fastballs that he tried to throw in this last at bat.
First, he's going to walk Tony Kemp, step into the plate here. Good chance for a double play ball.
Tony Kemp climbs in.
Our backs are dead right now for the Cubs.
Cubs had him and then dealt him in January of 20. for Alfonso Rivas. If you're wondering, by the way, Fonzie is at AAA with the Padres.
He's a great guy.
Great dude.
He can really defend. I mean, he can hit. He can get on base. Did I get his hand? I don't know where it hit. I know it doesn't matter really. It hurts. I'm just glad it didn't hit his hand.
Moving to Kemp. Big move to first. He's going to get back. There. Deserve 10 likes. Appreciate it, Marcus. What's up, man? How you doing,
Cut
Marcus?
fastball there.
Nice to see you in the stream.
Yeah.
You were? Oh, you were already here.
There
You said, come on, Stro. You got, yeah, you were here. I'm about to say, where's Marcus tonight?
That's the first time that the
A's
A's have had their leadoff man on base in an inning.
Tomorrow the game's gonna be tough.
Runner goes. That's hit on the ground to the right side. Horner
throw one to first, one out.
gobbles it up. Kemp is out. And the runner on the move advances into scoring position.
He's been hot lately too. I don't know if it's
downstairs and Taylor McGregor.
We've been able to see that David Ross has a lot of confidence in Mark Leiter Jr. in the situations he's been using him in high leverage, especially over the weekend against the Dodgers. And it was really that split finger that silenced a lot of those big hitters in the Dodgers lineup. I was talking to Leiter about that. How much confidence do you have in that pitch right now? And he said, oh, it's going to get better. He said, I promise you it's going to get better. So you mentioned confidence, and I love his confidence, and it seems like he has to do that. We've talked about it. He's had to battle back his whole career, and confidence in yourself is a big reason for that.
Yeah, he's got it. That underdog story that we've documented. That one inside. Cubs have out-hit the A's 5-2. Cubs with the only error in the game. We are scoreless. We're in the bottom of the 7th.
You got a base open here, even with the 2-0 count. I might try to find that splitter right now. Two-seam fastball on the inside part of the plate. I think that confidence comes from him and finally knowing exactly who he is and what he has to do to be successful. He's got to get ahead. He's got, whether it's with a fastball or a curveball or whatever it might be, get ahead with something other than that splitter, then go to it to put him away.
Baseball just got loose on the field, and Ian Happ will go retrieve it. I think it was Trevor May who was loosening down that left field line. So a pause.
I can remember that happening like 3 or 4 times every time the Cubs would get Mitch Williams up. I mean, it didn't matter what ballpark we were at. The wild thing was he was gonna stop play for a couple of moments.
3-1 to Perez,
and then he'd come in and get the save. You got a base open here. You don't have to give in. Cubs will be hitting in the top of the 8th. You don't want to be down.
I want to give Perez like a
swing and a miss.
Down the middle. 3-2. Didn't miss that one.
Looks like he found a good hole. That might have been ball 4. It doesn't matter. It was a really good pitch to tie him up. I might have to come back in there again. He just doesn't seem to have the release point on that split finger yet.
3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And a big out right there. So Perez is down on strikes.
I mean, you just got to go with what you feel like you can do. He didn't care if he walked him. He did the same thing on the 3-1 pitch. You got a guy up there over aggressive. All he's done is get base hits, Perez, that being this year. He's wanting to drive in that run. He's catching a shutout. He wants to drive in the game winner, but you can't do it if you don't get a pitch to do it with.
Connor Capel now. Popped up, foul ground.
He's having a better hit too for the A's.
And that'll land on the A's dugout. Well, that says a lot. Because in today's game, you want a bullpen that's going to come in and strike some people out. It's number 1 strikeout rate.
Wow.
Yep.
It's been a long time since they've had a swing and miss bullpen.
2 out there, bottom 7 here. We need this.
Wow, gets a swing and miss right there.
Got some activity down there just in case it's needed. I think what's needed right now is a split finger in the dirt for strike 3.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Great job by Mark Leiter Jr. The leadoff man gets on, and he's stranded in scoring position. Leiter has been spectacular here to begin the season.
If you're new, hit the sub button. We're on the way to 650 subs. If you haven't already subbed, make sure you do that. We'll be at the 30. Top of the 8th. Suzuki, Wisdom, and Bellinger. Some good bats coming up for the Cubs. We need to get some runs. Back in 30 seconds. We are back, top 8. Here for the Chicago Cubs. Suzuki, Wisdom. Chance to do some damage. We need to push some runs across for Stro.
Back here in Oakland, no score. We go top 8. New pitcher will be Trevor May as he faces Seiya Suzuki. For May so far this year, been a little ugly. 5 2/3 innings. He's walked 8. So he's walked about a quarter of the guys that he's faced. And he's given up a pair of homers. I want way upstairs.
Suzuki's 2 for 2.
Suzuki's seen him before. Of course, last year Trevor was with the Mets. There you go. I mean, he had one outing this year where he walked 4 guys.
I hope, man.
He's normally a guy that's just going to come in and throw one in.
Freaking nice. Suzuki getting up with Wisdom.
I would imagine the take signs on here.
Wow. Walk him.
They walked him on 4 non-competitive pitches, basically.
Let's take a look at StatCast. It's powered by Google Cloud. Patrick Wisdom. You want to see those 5 home runs? Take a look. I mean, not one of them was a GP. Going it well up into the stands. 388, 415, 402, 428, and then 412. And the part that I love the most is that last one was with a man on.
There's strike 1 to Wisdom. Patrick in this game 0 for 3.
Wisdom's 0 for 3 here. Did a homer in his last 5 games.
Inside that time. Wisdom checking the signs from Willie Harris down there at third. Mike Napoli talking to Seiya Suzuki over there at first. Wisdom caught a break right there. Nick Marley
no outs.
Calling that a ball.
Well, there's a big difference between a 1-2 count and a 2-1 count. That pitch just wasn't presented very well.
1-2 Wisdom. He's 0 for 3. 2-2. That's a good pitch to hit there. He missed that.
Remember what DK was talking about earlier? The key to his success was when you get something that you're looking for that's in your strength, put a good swing on it. That's a good swing. It's a really good swing.
2-2 on Wisdom.
2-2, no outs.
Foul ball down the right side.
I don't wish for this very often, but I'm wishing for a wild pitch right now. I mean, I know Wisdom's up, hit it out of the park, but it's just been hard. The pitching's been really, really good for Oakland tonight.
Pete Alonso, the only guy that's got as many homers as Patrick Wisdom. May the 2-2. And Patrick continues to hang in there.
May's been around for a while. For him to still be throwing 95, that's a credit to him.
Trevor May at 33 years old from state of Washington, Kelso, Washington. Line towards the left field corner, touchdown, and that's going to bang up against the wall. Suzuki will stop at third, Wisdom's into second, and the Cubs are in business. And Rick Sutcliffe, this double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new car.
Boy, he just continues to be one of the best players in the game. He lined out to center field in the top of the 5th inning. He battled. He finally got a pitch that he can handle out over the plate, and he put an ace swing on that one.
109.6 on the exit velo. Man, is he hitting it hard. There's Bellinger, and he takes inside. Infield comes in. Not all the way, but pretty close.
295 for Cody, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, 845 OPS. He's playing well. Bases loaded, no outs.
Bellinger 0 for 3.
What? No.
I don't think by design they're going to give Billy anything good to hit here. They tried to knock him off the plate on the first pitch. Now there's some off speed to the outside corner.
Come on, we need this. That was not a strike.
There's
Low pitch gets called.
Yeah,
he could have been 2-0.
I mean, you just got to take what they give you.
It's 2-1.
Jan Gomes is in the on-deck circle.
Jan Gomes.
If they want to load him up for Jan, the Cubs will gladly take it.
First runner to third base since the first inning for either team. Line drive, base
hit for Cody Bellinger. That's going to push across Suzuki. They're going to go ahead and wait the third base.
And handing it like that, Cody Bellinger, RBI single, 1-0 Cubs here in the 8th. Belly comes through.
He tried to come through in the first inning when those bases were loaded. He just missed hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Patient, waiting on something to hit, not knowing if he's going to get one or not. I mean, that ball's up and in, little cut fastball there. I think he kind of expanded the zone. All right, I have an idea what they're trying to do to me here.
Got Wisdom across. They're going to hold him up, though. 1-0 Cubs. No outs here. Runners on third and first.
Look at that. Everybody standing in that dugout. Everybody. It's a game in April. It's against the Oakland A's. That's what a team's all about right there. That's the look that this club has and how much they're pulling for each other.
Where can it go?
John says, I'll give you that one. I'm not going to try to hit that pitch on the outside corner. Give me something on the inside part of the plate. Make another mistake.
Drop a like, leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. I really would appreciate it. Thank y'all all for tuning in tonight. We're going to try to get the game tomorrow at 2:10. It's an early start. I hate that. I wish it was
they
like
have thrown over a lot tonight, have they not? There haven't been that many people on base, but when they've been, it's almost like every one of them, they have tried to keep close because of all the running the Cubs have been doing this year.
High fly ball down the line, curling foul.
That's going to be foul. Fair, it's gone.
Time for our T-Mobile coverage cam. It's brought to you by T-Mobile, and
yes, Cubs,
say it right into your living room. Here it comes. Here it comes. Seiya Suzuki at our T-Mobile coverage cam. Bellinger on the go. Only play is the first. Run comes in to score. Yan Gomes knocks in a run. They add on. It's 2-0.
I love that. All right, you're playing with house money now. David Ross had the lead that he needed. He's got all the confidence in the world in his bullpen. Wanting to stay out of that double play, knowing there might be a chance that Gomes hits the ball on the ground. Outstanding. There's contact just off the end of the bat. Bellinger's not running. They probably turn 2. No chance of getting Wisdom at home. And a nice little 2-0 lead for the Cubs bullpen.
2-0 Cubs. Juan goes and puts another one.
And Richard Lovelady's going to come into the game as Mark Kotze makes the move to the bullpen. We get a pitching change here in Oakland. The Cubs have broken through, and they lead it 2-0. Pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. It's about time.
You said do play-by-play in the background? What's up, Rim Moss? I will do play-by-play. I'll try that next stream in the background. Why not? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll try that. Bottom of the 8th inning we go, though. 2-0 Cubs lead. Chance for the 10th win or something of the year. 2-0 there, bottom 8th inning.
The former
Kansas
City Royal on for
facing Eric Cosmore.
Second time. 2 scoreless innings he's thrown. Man at second and 1 out.
Just another guy that the Oakland A's have claimed off waivers from a better team trying to get better.
That's some crossfire action right there. Hosmer 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts.
Y'all have already. Make sure you drop a like. I really would appreciate it.
That's the first. Noda will take it himself. Hosmer retired, and on the play, Bellinger to third.
I thought this was kind of funny. I asked the guys to put it together. All right, watch Seiya coming down here. All of a sudden he sees the camera and he's like, oop, I got to turn the other way. That's not the way Patrick Wisdom handled. Hey, hi guys, it's me again. Love that.
Hello, it's me.
Who out's top 8 for Nick Meredall here? Runner on third.
Madrigal, of course, pinch ran for Louis. The last time Louis got on base when he was hit by that pitch, or could have been ball 4 either way. You got a guy up here that's elite at making contact. You got 2 outs. That 2-out base hit.
I'm sorry, guys. We're not at the bottom of half of the inning. We're still at the top. My fault. We just need a DH. We need somebody who can just rake.
2-1 down on
have that yet.
Nick Madrigal. Grew up about an hour and change from here. Hour and 15. Went to Elk Grove High School. Played with the Brewers' Rowdy Tellez, Dylan Carlson, Dylan Carlson's dad was his coach in high school.
Did they ever lose?
Golly, right?
Wow. That's some offense.
No doubt.
We got another ball on the field. I don't know if they're going to stop play or not, but no, it didn't quite make it.
Off the outside edge as Madrigal tracked it all the way into the mitt of Perez, and now it's filled up 3-2.
It's almost like the bullpen for the A's is playing fetch tonight instead of catch.
Up the middle, and it gets through. Madrigal delivers an insurance run. 3-0 Cubs.
3-0 Cop 3. Here it all gonna just keep.
That is huge right there. That is huge for the team, and it's huge for the player.
Insurance runs brought to you by Gallagher, helping you face your future with confidence.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens right here for Nick Madrigal. I mean, he waves to the bench over there like, hey, you know, guys, I'm here to help. Been banged up the last couple of years, not able to do the things that he's capable of doing. That's one of them right there. That's something when he's healthy, he does a lot of.
Now Nick Madrigal will hand the baton to another Northern California kid. Madrigal and Horner have been playing against each other since they were about 10 or 11. And then went on to play against one another in the Pac-12 with Madrigal at Oregon State and Nico at Stanford.
Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Glad the bats finally came.
3-0 Cubs.
Hell yeah.
If he gets a strike, this ball is going to get punished. Nico's going to put on a show for mom and dad and all of his family and friends that are here. I think David Ross feels the same way. I don't think he's going to let Nick Madrigal take off here. Just sit back and watch what you've seen Nico Horner do a lot of.
Pushed foul out of play. 2-2.
That's pretty much what his uniform looks like every night, isn't it? Dirt all over it. Front, back. That's what happens when you're on base a lot.
Off the inside edge, it looked like Nico might have caught a break there.
3-2 out to top of the 8th here for Nico Horner.
I don't think it was caught very well.
Line drive out towards right center.
Right field, base hit for
Capel. Drops it. Capel. Madrigal sprinting around.
Third, home. He is gonna be safe. 4-0.
Comes in on it's 4-0.
Drop the ball.
He didn't run through a stop sign there.
Hit though. He was running.
Nah, Willie Harris was telling him, let's go. Let's try to steal one here. We got 2 outs. We caught a break. The ball was not caught. I know he's got a great arm out there in right field. There it is. He's off and running. Just keep going. Where's it at? It got into the lights. That happens a lot here. Comes up with it. There's the cannon. There's a great throw to home. But all of a sudden, here he goes. Just look at your boy now. If he tells you to stop, you're going to stop. But he's not. He's telling you to go. Get in there. Avoid the tag. I love it.
Nico Horner 1 for 4 there, man. With a nice single. You love to see it. Make sure y'all drop the line comes up 4-0.
Watching Nico and watching Madrigal come in to score. We get another pitching change here at Oakland Coliseum. It is 4-0 Cubs.
We're back at 30 pitching change here at 30. What's up, Jody? What's up, Hector Garcia? How you doing? 3-0. Let's go, Nico. We'll be back at 30 after the pitching change. Top of the 8th inning. Not the bottom. I'm sorry. These scoreboards wrong. I'm not going to change them. There's 2 outs. 4-0 Cubs. We'll be back at 30 after the pitching change. Thank y'all all for the support tonight. If you haven't already, make sure y'all drop a like. Cubs bats are hot finally. Yes, sir. Knew the bats would get there. Like, the pitching was fine. Like, I'm cool with the pitching. Like, our bullpen's a little sketchy. Like, I knew Strowman would be fine. Like, our bats come alive. Top 8, not bottom. Top 8, 4-0 Cubs. Adam Oler's in here for Dansby Swanson standing in. Runner on second, I believe.
4-0 Adam Oler will take over. And the numbers on the right-hander.
Double life for the hot bats. I appreciate you, Mark.
Fourth time, 12 innings, an ERA of 9.
Yes, sir, them bats
and he's
are
given
hot.
up 3 homers. Dansby Swanson 0 for 3. Cubs putting the crooked number up here in the 8th and lead it 4-0.
Go up to yet no home runs. He's in 350 though. You can't just sit here and say he sucks. But no homer surprises me so far. Gonna pop that one up.
Right
to
field, Capel near the line
under
and
got
makes
it.
the
Bottom
catch.
of the 8th
Swanson
we go.
is out, and that's
we'll be
the
back
inning.
in
But the
30
Cubs
seconds. 4-0 Cubs.
put up 4 and take the lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th.
I like Brad Boxberger. I do too. Good pitch. Back in 30.
Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by the Bob Locurcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. By Prevagen. Prevagen is the #1 pharmacist recommended memory support brand. And by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
Back in Oakland, and the Cubs have claimed a 4-0
The
lead.
A's just don't have the depth, man. Sean, they don't. Great pitch by him, though. Yes,
The
it
batter will
was.
be
Great
Kevin
pitch
Smith.
by him.
Michael
He showed
Fulmer
it.
delivers.
Played really well tonight. Michael
And
Fulmer's
ball
in here for
1.
the
It'll be
A's.
Smith and then Ruiz and then Noda against this righty who's pitched a good chunk of the high leverage innings for the Cubs.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the big man. He has really thrived since he's been put into the bullpen. He's a guy that attacks the zone. He's got a lot of weapons. 1 walk on the year, 11 punch outs.
Out towards right center,
That's a
long
center
run,
field, right
Bellinger,
center, long run.
and he
Great
tracks
play by
it
Cody
down.
Bellinger. He continues to play great defense.
Man, does he cover some ground.
As
Daddy
long as
long
he
legs
takes the
out
pitch
there,
that he is not
striding
doing
and
as
striding.
he is
That's a heck of a
Yeah,
play.
We're gonna see it now.
Acted like he was flying right there. I mean, he gets a great jump on the ball. This ball's smoked into the gap. He's got to take the perfect route. He's got to have those long strides. He's got to be quick, and he's got to know that that wall is waiting on him. He doesn't know this wall like he knows the one at Dodger Stadium. He said that was a routine play for him when he went over the wall to bring the home run back because he'd done it so many times.
That is a heck of a play out there. Ruiz skies this one to right. Suzuki has it.
You know, Boog, last night I asked Ian Happ, I go, what happened on that ball when you and Cody almost collided? He goes, you know, we were both calling it. It wasn't a crowd, obviously. He goes, it was just one of those things where I felt like I had to get it because last year I did. I mean, with all the different center fielders that he had, not many people could cover the ground. None of them could, that Cody did. And, you know, Ian just felt like he was the best option that the Cubs had. Oh, look at these guys. It's outstanding they'd come up with it. I mean, he thought it was his all the way.
Hello.
They're learning each other.
Hello.
Well, look, Ian deservedly won the Gold Glove last year, and watching the improvements that he made, it was really impressive. I would say my 2 cents to both Ian and Seiya would be the MO, I think, overall in the outfield would be stay out of Belly's way. Right? I mean,
you know, but you're talking about a guy that won a Gold Glove to his right, and you're talking about a guy that's won a lot of Gold Gloves.
He won 5 Golden Gloves over in Japan, did Seiya Suzuki.
But I agree with you.
Yeah,
I do agree with you.
You know, you look at it back to Belly, and you think about it. I mean, with no disrespect, for right now, he might be the best defensive first baseman on the team. And then he won his Gold Glove playing right field. And I would say he's one of the better defensive center fielders right now. So, again, the thing, you know, we do so much in terms of predicting and projecting. But coming into the year, I think we all talked a lot about what will end up being the good parts to this Cub team. And I think that, you know, one of the things that we talked a lot about, defense. We thought this team would catch it really well. Welcome to the Budweiser broadcast booth. This Bud's for you. And they've lived up to the billing, right?
I think the thing that jumps out, yes, absolutely. But the thing that jumps out at me, look at this. Look at this, is the athleticism. What we saw with Belly and what we just saw there with Dansby. They're more athletic than they've been in a long time.
Defense. Defense. Out of the ninth, it's 4-0.
We'll be back here in a second. Top 4-0 Cubs. Extend Belly. Man, hopefully. Maybe. Top 9, here we go. 11 likes on the stream. I appreciate everybody for dropping a like. What are we waiting for? Just waiting for the top.
Hey, this quality start is brought to you by National Car Rental. Control, confidence, and another quality start for Marcus Strowman. 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, struck out 5, walked 2. like he had stretches where he was fighting a little bit early, but gosh, the results this year have been sensational for him.
You're exactly right. He needed one trip to the mound by pitching coach Tommy Hotovy. They talked about a mechanical thing. He got right back online, and the next thing you know, he put up 6 more zeros, as he's pretty much done all year. Unfortunately, there's no victory to go along with it. Cubs have scored 1 run for Marcus in his last 2 starts while he's been in the ball game. 1. 10 last night. There'll probably be 10 more tomorrow.
Dude, Armstrong though could play left field. Then Bellinger could play right or left, so like you could put Belly in the corner. Striking the half there. 3-1 to him. You could like put Hap a lot of places too.
The 3-1.
Just got under it there in the right field. One out here in the ninth.
And Ruiz able to make the catch.
Hey, Boog. On Friday, it's a new episode of Road to Wrigley Live, presented by Prevagen. Featuring, or better, I should say.
Strike 1 to Seiya Suzuki.
They're fun now. They're, you know, that other job we had with that other company, I didn't do any of that. There was never any of those things to read.
Ball and a strike on Seiya, who's been on base safely 4 times, 2 hits, 2 walks.
Got it all started in the last inning with that walk. Wisdom's doubled down the line, and then the line just kept moving. They just kept adding on.
Oh, now we have 2-1. One out here.
That is a lot of pitches.
You know, as you say that, what I think of?
Belly can play first too.
You mentioned
Dansby's
first at bat, 8 pitches.
How he worked the count. Too good now. He's too good.
And the next thing you know, the starting pitcher was out after 5.
Suzuki's gonna foul that one away too.
And it was just a walk. It wasn't a run. Wasn't anything big. But it might have had a lot to do with the outcome.
Suzuki back as he awaits a 2-2.
He was kind of Christopher Morel right there. Did you see that? Running back, getting another bat. Looked at the umpire and said something. He tapped the catcher on the back. Sorry. Here we go. Here he comes back. He says something to the umpire, and then he taps the catcher. That's Morel, right? That's Christopher. Every at bat.
Well, Suzuki coaxed
first one out,
another walk, and he's been on base 5 times. 3 walks, 2 hits.
They're gonna walk in. Wisdom comes up here. Nothing.
Can't wait to see that on base percentage for him tomorrow.
It's a miss from Oliver.
The big hit of the night. It's standing at home plate right now for me. That double just opened the gate.
Yeah, got things kind of going, and it was solidly struck. But he's always been a guy that's hit the ball hard. I think just making better choices. I referenced that conversation this morning at the hotel with Johnny Washington and Dustin Kelly, and Jay Wash was saying, you know, just kind of being a little more focused on, okay, if you could put it on a tee, where do you want it? Broken bat, popped him up. Noda makes the catch. He's just made better choices, I would say, in the overall. So he's barreling up the baseball more consistently this year as Patrick Wisdom.
Get out of there. That is deep into the man's kitchen.
Pitch. Foul ball. MVP just is
no belly.
Grace under pressure.
An RBI single his last time.
I think a big thing for me too is the fact that there's just so many gamers for the Chicago Cubs this year. Rossi's got, I mean, what is this now? The 16th game, and pretty much 7 guys have played in every game or every game but one.
Kid from Tallahassee's nose is cold.
One to the belly, 2 outs, top 9.
Yeah, he is. Don't say you're not.
He doesn't feel that nose right now.
Oh my gosh.
All he's thinking about is getting 3 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning and coming back tomorrow ready to go.
Two outs.
That's in the air to left field, way towards the line,
nice,
and makes a pretty nice running
catch. By Cody. We're going to the bottom.
We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. The Cubs will try and nail this one down. They lead it 4-0.
Be back in 30 after commercial.
Play So Rare MLB, a free revolutionary fantasy game and marketplace that transforms fans into general managers. Build your team with ownable digital player cards. Collect, buy, sell, and trade to optimize your lineup. Compete against So Rare managers from around the world. Climb leaderboards and advance to elite competitions. Based on your player's performance on the field, win rewards like game tickets, merch, and much more. Draft your set of free cards now at SoRare.com/MLB.
When you stay at a Verbo, you always get the whole home. Because is it really a vacation home if you have to share the house with the host? Only with Verbo.
Every day, more dog people and more vets are deciding it's time for a fresh approach to pet food. They're quitting the kibble and kicking the cans and feeding their dogs dog food that's actually, well, food. Developed with vets, made from real meat and veggies, portioned for your dog, and delivered right to your door. It's smarter, healthier pet food.
Hyundai, and tomorrow the series finale as the A's and the Cubs get together. Justin Steele and Mason Miller making his major league debut. Then it's back home Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Dodgers, off day Monday. And then the Padres in town. Come on out to Wrigley. Good seats still available. And time now for the front door expert approach. Justin Steele looking to shut the front door tomorrow. His 4th start, 19 innings, a 1.42 ERA. He's been great.
Boy, he was outstanding getting this road trip started, and I got a feeling he's going to do exactly the same when we finish it up tomorrow. Another ballpark for Justin that he's never been in. Of course, he was here Monday night, got a chance to look around, but he's never pitched here.
There's Tyler Wade. As Michael Rucker deals a couple of strikes, nothing in 2.
Michael's been really, really good too. He's a guy that has come in a couple of times to block down a team, give the Cubs an opportunity to come back and win a game. Take a look at his numbers there. They got him one time.
Oh. Pretty good miss.
I think Yan Gomes was anticipating this being strike 3. Look Look at how he squoves it. He beat the ball to the. Beat the baseball to the spot. That's what all these catchers are doing these days, trying to steal strikes. Catchers for the Cubs are really, really good at it.
2-2. So from 0-2 now to 3-2. In there, got him looking, and Wade is gone.
Just got so much confidence, and he's really got a mix of a starting pitcher. There's many things that he can do. He didn't have the release point on that curveball. It was kind of like Mark Leiter Jr. with the splitter to the first hitter he faced. All right, I'm not going to try the curveball again. I'll come back with a little cutter, a little slider, just something with a little late movement on it that doesn't really have to be located.
Out here, ball 9. Burgers are getting him
a
looking.
curveball.
Big Still fan, hopefully.
Starting to get better with it. Still not a strike,
yes,
but
sir.
better.
Chase Peterson, third baseman in here.
Chase Peterson walked his last time up. In fact, he's got a couple of walks sandwiched around a ground out. Signed a 2-year deal with the A's. 2 years, $9.5 million. Years old. Versatility is his game. He's played every big league spot but catcher in a game.
Into him. Force on the mound.
Play catch right here.
Knuckle record is, man.
Make sure you throw a strike. You don't want to give him first base.
3-2.
Maybe he was guessing fastball there. Got a little slider down underneath the swing.
And he walked him. And now it'll be Tony Kemp. Cubs lead 4-0 at all 4 runs in the 8th. They've out-hit the Athletics 8-2. Kemp at the plate. Tony Kemp.
Gonna give 0 for 3. Y'all better already make sure
second base. Played his college ball at Vanderbilt, Tennessee kid.
Then we'll play into the game.
On the ground to the right side. Let's see if they can turn
second
it.
To first. I call the Cubs win 4-0 final. Here we go.
And the Cubs win it.
The second game of this series.
The 4th shutout of the year. And it's just the 4th time in the last 50 years that the Cubs have come up with 3 shutouts in their first 16 games of the season. And yes, 2016 included in that group. Time for our toast of the game. And it's brought to you by Binny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Man, there's only one guy you can give that to, and that's got to be the Cubs starting pitcher, Marcus Strowman. Outstanding once again. He really set the tone for the whole season on opening day when he beat the Brewers. He just continues to dominate. Look at that. David Ross, nice conversation there. I appreciate you there. Hey, Skipper, how about giving me some runs next time? I don't know what he said, but I know one thing. This guy is locked in. He's throwing the baseball right now as well as anybody in the game.
If you can't find it in Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. So the Cubs will go for the sweep tomorrow with Justin Steele on the mound. For Rick Sutcliffe, Taylor McGregor, and our entire outstanding crew, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball right here on Marquee Sports Network. Again, your final: Cubs 4 and the Oakland Athletics 0. Tomorrow, it's the finale between the Cliff Floyd. It's Cubs postgame live presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Cole, take it away.
Boogster, thank you very much. The Cubs.
To Justin Steele and Mason Miller, your schedule.